Alrighty. Now, if you haven't checked out any of my farming videos, I definitely recommend going and checking that out because we have a farming video that just pretty much covers all the different types of farming loadouts that you can run whenever you're farming different types of materials. However, Clip is returned for this season. She comes out in Hexylvania, and it's actually a little bit more special this year because her quest line actually came out. If you didn't know, she had a quest line back in like 2019, I believe. That's when last time she was out. But then in 2020 and then 2021, actually no, I think it was 2020 when it came out, and then 2021 and 2022 maybe. That's when it didn't come out. But however, it came back out this year, and I think the reason why they took it out was because the voice actor actually changed. So if you listen, if you have dialogue on in game, Clip actually has a different voice actor, and sounds very different from what she sounds like back in like 2019 whenever she first came out, which is kind of cool. I mean, like there's actors that move on, they don't get paid enough, or like a bunch of different reasons. So they move on, and then there's different actors that come in, and it's actually kind of nice. She got a rework in BR, and I believe she looks a little bit different in Save the World. If I go to, I think she's under weapons, right, or in the armory. Yeah, so she is. Whenever a rework happened in or BR. They removed like most of her tattoos and I think like her like style, I guess, or like her guns and stuff on the side, her utility. And then they ended up like adding it back because she looked very weird, which is cool. I'm glad they stuck with the original style, and she just looks like an updated version of Clip in BR, but she definitely has that like style and like those tattoos, which is super cool. And she's just kind of well known now in Save the World. She's a really great hero, not only for farming, but she's also she's kind of decently good in support, but I personally run her in lead. However, her quest line is out. If I can go back to there, there's 3 pages. All you have to do is complete all of it until the end, and in the first page you actually have to search scrap barrels. And this also, yeah, not to get ahead of myself, this also has to be all done in ventures. So if you're grinding ventures, make sure you do this. Clip is a good hero, and you should definitely grab her, but you have to do in ventures only. But the ones that you have to do, you have to search scrap barrels for gun parts. You have to do 8 of those. You have to eliminate husks and collect data. That's 6. And then collect arcane reference books. That's 5. And then the second page, we have search televisions for parts, 5. And then search old newspapers for information, which is 6. And then destroy tombstones of needles, a gang, which is 6. And then the final page is deploy fires to guide Carter, which is 6. And then we have eliminate mist monsters, which is 5, and then the final one, which is clear and air, you have to deploy 8 loudspeakers, and then you finally get Clip. Now, if you're watching this video and you have no clue what Clip does, she's actually a really great hero for farming. So her standard perk, objects destroyed by anti-material charge, which is a right click whenever it comes with Outlanders, has a 33% chance to drop additional ingredients. So in support, you basically have a third of a chance when punching something with your anti-material charge to get more ingredients whenever you do that. And then in lead, it's increased to 100%. So you're guaranteed double the resources whenever you right click with Clip, which is super cool because whenever you're farming, you're like punching a rock and you get like 3 rough ore, and you get more than that. But whenever running Clip and lead, you get 6, which ultimately is a great deal and a really great hero. Now there's a lot of people that rather run Southie and lead because you get energy back faster, you can farm a lot faster and whatnot. But Clip is really good for materials, or not materials, for ingredients, not materials. Southie is really great for materials because you can farm rocks and different buildings and get brick, metal, and wood really fast. But with Clip, you get double the ingredients. So running her in lead is really good whenever you're punching, punching cars, punching like anything that you need ingredients from, like a rock, for rough ore, trees, for the planks and whatnot. So that's whenever I would say runner and lead. So the loadout that we're going to be running today and just showcasing some of the stuff and how much materials you actually get throughout whenever you're farming is basically Clip and lead. Like I said, she increases your chance to 100% for additional ingredients. And then in support, where you're going to be running is Blast from the Past, because there's actually one reason why we're going to be doing this is because Story and Focus, because whenever your shield's depleted, you regenerate 4 energy per second. Now, like I said, you can run this guy in lead if you're trying to farm, stone, wood, or brick. Or stone, wood, or metal. But since we're wanting ingredients, they're going to be running Clip and lead. And then Story and Claws isn't really necessary, but there's not really a lot of heroes that affect farming whenever it comes to the Blast from the Past. So you can run Hide for more shield or for more armor. And then I guess, there's different ones that you can run. But I think Paley Luna's fine if you want to do more melee damage, but Hyde's also a really great pick. It's really up to the person, using this loadout, but we're going to keep Paley Luna in there. And then we're going to be running Archaeologist, which is strike cost. She increases your anti-material charge heavy attack efficiency by 28%, which is basically reducing the amount of energy it takes to right click. She's really good. And then work, which is just Pathfinder Jess, I believe. Yeah, she increases your pickaxe damage by 17% in support. And lead is 50, but like I said, we're running clip and lead, so yeah. And then finally phased out, which is decreasing your phase shift cooldown by 25%. This isn't necessary. This is a fill perk. Once again, kind of like Paley Luna, sort of. But you need Paley Luna for the team perk. This one is just really whatever you want. The only reason why I'm running the cooldown on phase shift is because whenever you're going around car to car or something like that, you basically want to, not use as much energy. So, and you also have the Baron and sprinting too. So it really isn't necessary. But there's a bunch of different things you can run. If you need, if you rather have, 39 eliminations to get in charge fragment, you can do that. However, we're just going to be running phased out. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to go on a mission. I'm just going to show you exactly, how much materials and just like a farming for a minute and just show you how much you get with Clip, because she is a great hero. So yeah, let's just jump into mission and then I'll just show you how much materials that we actually get. Alrighty, we're in the mission now. I'm not going to actually do the mission, but I'm just going to show you. So farming with the Clip is really fun, not only because you get that double amount of materials. Like right there, I just got 11 nuts and bolts, right? And I punch it again. Let's see how many more I get. Why did I get sleek mechanical parts? But let's see, just keep punching. There's 5 nuts and bolts. So I think what it does, it shows you the initial amount that you get. So if you look in the top left, like right above me, you can see that I get 2 nuts and bolts, but then Clip activates, which gives you double the amount. So like if it says 2, sometimes it'll go to 5, which is actually kind of nice. So like right there, it says 4, and then it doubles to 9. So I feel like it's almost guaranteed like 101%, if that makes sense. So like, since it's 100% guaranteed double the materials. So if I get 4, then I get 8, but that extra one's also kind of nice. So I feel like it's almost guaranteed. Almost. So there it's 8, but that's really interesting because not only you're getting doubled, but you get that one extra. So maybe there's a chance of you getting that extra one. But yeah, so the only downside with Clip though, I do have to say, is the fact that you can't farm materials. So as you can see, like if I go over to this wall, I'm not going to get that double amount of materials that I already have max brick, so I'm not even getting any materials at all. But if I go to like something that gives me metal, right, I'm not going to get double of that metal. I'm only going to get the base amount because she doesn't apply to like any materials, if that makes sense. But she's really good for just regular ingredients, crafting items and whatnot. So like punching a car is really good. You get a lot of nuts and bolts. You get a lot of efficient mechanical parts and stuff like that. And then farming like cars like that, you get more nuts and bolts, more efficient. It's really nice. Like whenever you're trying to farm and like make a lot of traps, they don't cost wood, brick, or a metal. They cost planks, efficient, and oxidized, which is something that you should use and something that you farm a lot or use a lot. So you need someone that gives you a lot more whenever you're farming. So now I don't know statistically if it's a lot better to run Southie whenever farming this stuff, but I know it's guaranteed double the amount automatically when running Clip. So compared to like Southie, where you can punch probably like, I think in reality you can punch probably almost double the amount that you could do with Clip. So maybe they're like close together. But I personally just run Clip, and I also run it in my Venture loadout video. If you want to go check that out, I run her in Ventures a lot too, just because, in Ventures, you don't need more materials. You need more ingredients because you have nothing. You start off with nothing. So it's a lot better to do that. And then also on top of that, whenever you're farming materials, you don't need double amount anyways. Like you're already getting a decent amount because you're punching multiple things. You know what I mean? So like, if that makes sense. If you wrap your head around it a little bit, you kind of understand it. But yeah, that's basically my farming loadout. I mean, there's not a lot of gameplay footage, but there'll probably be some over and whatnot throughout whenever I talk. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I used to farm. And this is probably, I don't want to say it's the best farming loadout video or best loadout farming loadout that you can use, but it is definitely one of the best because it ties with Southie in my opinion. But otherwise, if you want to, I think I did a video on Southie and a video together, but Clips out, definitely grab her. Her quest line's kind of nice. And it's cool seeing her, once again, back out in her actual only quest line. So, yeah, otherwise that's it for the video. Remember, subscribe down below, like the video, appreciate it a lot. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I think we're pushing like 3,500, which is really crazy. Road to 5K soon. Woo, no, we're already on it. But otherwise, you guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are, and I will catch you guys in the next one.